waves, she lost track of time. What felt like hours later, she felt a firm hand on her forehead and looked into her mother's face. "It's the baby," Button whispered through dry lips. "Yes, it's nearly here." Her mom dipped a rag in water and wiped her forehead. "You're doing great, honey. I've sent word to Moose." The baby's father was the last person Button wanted here. She'd never even seen his face clearly. Her parents had betrothed her to him when she was 12, and Moses had tied their hands together a year ago when she was 14. He'd come to her twice before she found herself increasing, and he would be no comfort now. She clung to her mother's hand. "It hurts so bad, Mom. I'm scared. I want to go to the hospital." "I know it hurts, honey." Her mother soothed her with a calm hand on Button's forehead. "Breathe through the pain. I'm going to deliver it now." The world narrowed to this room. This pain blotting out everything around her. It seemed an eternity before the thin, reedy cry of a newborn emerged. Button had no strength left to ask the baby's gender. "It's a boy." Her mother plopped the baby on Button's breast. "He's good size, too, and listen to those lungs. He needs to nurse." Button had seen the procedure plenty of times over the years in the community, but her mother had to help her figure out the actions to get him to latch. She smoothed her hand over his thick cap of black hair. "He's beautiful." His skin was pink and perfect. She ran her finger along his arm, so soft. An overwhelming love for him surprised her by its intensity. She closed her eyes and breathed in his scent as her mother snapped several Polaroid pictures. There had to be a way to give him more than she had in this compound. Button was barely aware of her mom finally moving the baby to the small box prepared for him, and she fell asleep. A loud sound outside awakened her, and she sat upright. "Mom?" No answer. She caught the whiff of smoke and heard screams from outside her cabin, then more loud noises. Gunshots? Were they under attack? Moses had warned them it could happen any time. She rolled out of bed and went to grab the baby from the box, but he wasn't there. Maybe her mother had taken him to bathe or to show him to her father and Moose. Weak from the ordeal, she lurched out of the bedroom and into the living room. A curl of smoke drifted around the door, and flames licked at the frame. "Mom?" Where was her baby? Frantic, she darted her gaze around the small cabin, but there was no sign of her son or her mother. The smoke burned her throat all the way down to her lungs. She coughed and backed away from the fire, shooting up the cabin's front wall to the window. She had to get out. The glass shattered in the window behind her, and the flames intensified with the fresh insurgence of air. "Button!" She turned at the sound of her dad's voice. He'd broken out the window and was holding out his arms. "Hurry! There isn't much time." She rushed to him, and he helped her through the window and out into the fresh air. "My baby! Where's Mom and my baby?" "Come with me." He swung her into his arms and carried her through thick smoke. Flames crackled from cabins all around, and the acrid stench made her cough again. More screams and gunshots rang out. A bullet whistled by her head, and she buried her face against her dad's chest. What was happening? He reached his old Jeep, a dented green vehicle that was a good 30 years old. He put her down by the passenger door and opened it. "Get in." She shook her head wildly. "No, I have to find my baby and Mom." "Your mom refuses to come. She's staying with Moses." Button's eyes widened in horror. "She took my baby? She can't keep him here. He's mine." Dad looked at the ground. "Honey, the baby died. We have to get out of here, or we're all going to jail. You need to get in the Jeep." His words were gentle. "Dead? Her perfect little son had died? I don't believe you," she whispered. Her dad held her gaze. "I saw him, honey. He was blue and cold. Your mom gave me this photo for you to keep to remember him by." He thrust a Polaroid picture into her hand. Tears filled her eyes, and she fell into the Jeep, barely conscious as her dad drove through the inferno to safety.